Hey everybody, Roxbox90 here with some spoilers and also some speculatory information. First up, let's talk about the Therese Nielsen lands. So these were in my top 10 EEH Commander basics, and I understand people mention the APAC lands. These are also an interesting, unique promo foil judge, and they were very speculatory. We had no idea where they were going to show up. It was assumed that they were judge promos, and today we finally got an announcement. And that announcement, in lieu of other announcements that we've had, is I think the real reason it's happening. The changes in judge promo distribution, that they're not giving out foils for judging GPs anymore, that they're going to be changing up the PTQ GP Pro Tour environment, and there are plenty of other videos being discussed about this. I don't really have anything to add to those videos. I'm sure you've seen them in the community. If you need to check out what's going on, I'll put the links in the description as always. Most importantly, I think because of that, that's why we got this. What is this? This is a letter that was posted on Twitter, and it said that Wizards is striving to create the best blah blah blah. If you read through the corporate nonsense, we appreciate judges, and as a token of our appreciation, as a means to resolve a current dispute. Interesting. So there's a dispute going on. Enclosed, find a set of special limited edition judge foil cards, specially commissioned by Therese Nielsen, and then every judge in the world will get one set of these foil cards, I guess one of each. And should there be any damages, you can return, yada yada. And they hope you enjoy the cards. So they're pretty much trying to buy judge loyalty with some changes that are going on, and that may not be in the benefit of the judges. Interesting, interesting. The lands themselves are gorgeous, and I would take them anyway, even if they're upset with Wizards. These are pretty awesome cards. My guess would be, since these other lands that are maybe not as cool as these, but the Guru lands, also made by Therese Nielsen, range from $100 to $200 plus for them. My guess would be these would each go for $50 to $75 a piece. Would be my guess at the end of the day. If they're only giving one set per judge in the entire world, that's pretty narrow, limited number. Even so, they look gorgeous. I'm sure they'll play gorgeous. It'll be really interesting to see what happens with them, and I want to see more about this dispute going on. Because I don't know fully details. If anybody does know the details, please comment down below, enlighten me and everybody else in the community who's looking at the comments. Now, on to other interesting news. Marrow, doing his usual, I'm not going to tell you anything important, but let me try to give you something to make you go crazy. So somebody asked him, would it be frowned upon to print two versions of a Planeswalker throughout a block, having both iterations, kind of like Xenagos is the implication. So he says the two Planeswalkers would have to be different, so something in the story would have to justify the change. It's definitely possible. Classic Marrow, not really telling us anything, but telling us something. What's interesting here is that with Xenagos, it wasn't actually the case. We didn't have two Planeswalker cards. We had one Planeswalker and we also had one God. And it was a transformation, same character, and it did that. It's interesting to be if a Planeswalker changes, given that Sarkhan Vols was crazy, and maybe is not as crazy anymore. There might be a shift in that case, but I still can't see a change that would justify having him become two completely different Planeswalkers throughout the block, unless they plan to mess with his colors and try to change his character a little bit, because as of now he's a red-green Planeswalker, and then he became a black-red Planeswalker, pretty much in those colors. So if they tried to shift his colors, they would have to give a justification for that. Interesting. Interesting. There's also a question if we're going to have, in the future, given that we have Planeswalkers who are pretty consistent, Garruk, Apex Predator being a clear situation that just came up recently we were talking about, where he was black-green, and we actually considered would he be a mono-black Planeswalker, even though Garruk the character was purely green because of his change from green to black. With Liliana's curse. So if it didn't fully transform into black, there definitely is a warring factor there, but because we saw a shift with his character, I could easily see a shift happening. It'd be interesting over a block. That would be new. Definitely new. So that's interesting news. It's not really news, it's more speculation. Something could potentially happen. More importantly, the Therese Nielsen lands. What do you guys think about it? Put your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, Tap the like button if new to the channel. Check in and subscribe. As always, Roxabox90 signing out. I'll see you guys next time.